Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us for North Dakota Today. Every once in a while, we're caught off
Yeah,
guard.
we are. Was I fussing, fixing something?
We're always fussing and fixing things. Thank you so much for joining us today. I believe, well, maybe we're having some technical problems, so we're not being given the heads up here completely. I think it's because it's so cold out.
Everything froze up.
Today, I thought it was chilly
it's
when
not
we
freezing
left.
yet.
Not yet, but we do want to remind you and our weather team, they've been talking about this all week long. Tomorrow, a deep dive. Well, you know, into the 20s, our first deep freeze, so it's a first alert weather day. I was telling Lisa Green this morning, I said, you know, kids are the hardest because it was gorgeous on Monday.
Right.
You didn't need a coat, and really not that many weeks ago, and so now we're moving into coat weather.
Do you have to fight the kids to put a coat on, or, you know, bring some mittens with you?
Bailey doesn't want to, although I shouldn't talk about my kids like this because then they get picked on, but Marley had to mow yesterday, and she had a stocking cap on and a coat.
Of course.
She probably didn't need to mow, but it was one of those, days. And
it was super
you
chilly
look outside
and windy.
right now. Yeah, they're talking about wind chills already. And like I said, first deep freeze tomorrow. We're going to see, you know, some maybe a rain-snow mix. I know Lisa, when I said snow, she's like, make sure you say rain-snow mix. Not like we're getting a big, big blizzard, but, you know, whenever you say the S word.
Exactly.
People,
it is.
You need to be
it's a naughty
mentally
word in my vocabulary.
prepared for something like this. She's kind of giggling at us right now. She doesn't get as upset about, you know, different changes in the weather as we do. So
no, she likes to entertain us with it, though. Let me tell you.
Anytime there's a big change in the weather, you know, just looking outside, you can just tell it's windy. Yeah. It's going to be windy and cold, and
I call it mist.
Misty?
It's misting enough to have your windshield wipers on, you know, but not that they don't have to be, you know, just every now and then. So anyway,
but just be prepared. Just know that your kids are not going to want to wear a coat, but they need to. My girls wear hoodies. They're all about the hoodies, but not about the jacket or coat. I don't know.
Right.
But
anyway, I remember those days.
We're getting there. We have one of those crazy food stories today.
Do you love macaroni and cheese?
I love mac and cheese.
I do too. Kraft macaroni and cheese is like one of my favorites.
It doesn't get better than this. Well, now they're boosting the flavor a little bit, which they've tried some different things already. But here's the latest. They're now going to have a pizza flavored mac and cheese, which I like mac and cheese on my pizza, so that might be.
Do you really?
I do. It has to be a good, sturdy, pizza corner.
Where did you have that? Oh,
that happened when no, I did it at home. It was when I was pregnant.
Oh,
just could not get enough carbs, so I had to put mac and cheese on top of my pizza. But no, I think they do have that in some restaurants. But I made my own at home.
You did. Now that is very
Kraft
interesting.
mac and cheese on top of my pizza corner pizza.
Okay, that could be a whole another segment on
right. Well,
you know,
and so that's why I think the pizza makes sense. They're also going to have ranch mac and cheese and buffalo.
And buffalo.
I feel like buffalo. People like a little spice, little kick.
I think so too. I can totally see that one for sure, because people make that cheesy buffalo dip, you know?
Yes, I love that.
I mean, that's what I would maybe use it for.
See, these make more sense to me. We have talked about this in the past, like a pumpkin spice mac and cheese. Oh,
that's
I don't know
disgusting.
About that. How about the pink colored candy mac and cheese? That was for Valentine's Day. Cheesy and sweet. I don't know.
Sorry, I'm
like
giving my opinion here.
And
but
she's like, no. What was the wine that we were talking about? That
it's Dijon mustard.
Oh yeah, Dijon mustard.
I'm going to look for that. I am going to try that.
I'd probably take a sip of that too.
I think so. I'm not sure if I could drink an entire bottle of that, but maybe a glass. You know, like the real pour of a glass, which is like that big. That big.
I was like, okay, let's see what you consider a real pour.
Anyway. Everybody's pour is different.
Have some of that mustard wine when you try this new pizza mac and cheese or buffalo. I think they have something going on with mac and cheese. If you're one of their members, you get to taste these flavors sooner than later. So I think they're not out yet.
My family should be members.
Yeah. I feel like we should own stock in mac and cheese for as much as we eat.
Yeah.
Well, it's a big night tonight for NBC's Chicago Fire. The show that gave rise to the Chicago universe on Wednesdays is now celebrating its 200th episode tonight.
Yeah, and as Mark Barger tells us, there may be more than just a numerical milestone that makes the episode memorable.
Filming Chicago Fire's pilot almost 10 years ago was a thrill for Jesse Spencer.
I remember being excited riding around in fire trucks, you know, and kids like waving at us.
But childhood wish fulfillment
Get down!
gave way to very grown-up stories reflecting the daily work and camaraderie of first responders.
They do, and they see what nobody should ever have to see.
We all still feel it's an honor to represent these men and women.
Thank you guys for 200 episodes.
An honor celebrated recently during production of tonight's milestone episode.
We have fun, and I think that translates through the screen, and I think people like to be a part of, that energy.
We're a show that lifts each other up, and I think that's what keeps everybody tuning in every week.
Fans tuning in tonight
The baby's coming.
will apparently see an addition to the Firehouse family.
Joe Cruz is having a baby!
The show leans on the idea of family and community, and that is 100% what we are on this set.
But the Firehouse may also say a farewell.
I think I have to move to Oregon.
The end of last week's episode and promos airing this week tease what appears to be Matt Casey's departure.
Have you decided?
And while Spencer's tight-lipped about his future, tonight's milestone does have him reflecting on the past decade.
It's just been an iconic time. It's been a wild ride, and I've loved every minute of it.
So have fans of Chicago Fire.
We will always be a family.
Mark Barker, NBC News.
Chicago Fire airs tonight at 8, right after Chicago Med and just before Chicago PD. And speaking of milestone episodes, I'm a big fan. Law and Order SVU airs its 500th episode.
It is hard to believe
Tomorrow
some
night.
of these shows have been on for so long.
And that makes sense. That's why
And
we're
they're
so
great.
connected
Yes,
to the stories and to the
exactly.
characters.
Love it.
We're talking about this in the newsroom. I just want to quick mention this as well. Amazon just announced today that the free Amazon News app is now on Fire TV, and it's expanding to live local news from 88 to 158 cities across the country. That means that you can stream Valley News Live.
Yeah, and just use the local news tab within the Amazon News app. Fire TV will automatically detect the closest metro area and add us to the tab. You
That's
can
us.
also access it through Alexa.
Yeah, Alexa.
That's kind of cool.
Alexa,
play local news.
And yeah, just check it out. You can always get your news, of course, streaming free on Valley News Live. Our VNL News app, a must-have. I have a lot of friends who just keep it with them. The VNL Weather app for that cold weather, and you can even watch North Dakota Today on your VNL News app as well.
See?
So a must-have.
That's great. That's great.
Stay with us. Coming up next here on North Dakota Today, the bison are now roaming at the Red River Zoo. We'll tell you about some new additions.